Okay, so I just got off work. I've been seeing, we've had this entire big discussion. It happened today. Farfa is an idiot. Timestamp him. Don't be too mean. He was right about the fact that when the other site goes down, it foretells the coming of the end times. So, Engage, gone. Needed to happen. Colossus, oh, thank the sweet Lord above, because there's no way in hell that we could have survived a format where somebody went, alright, Mali effect, banish Mali, special summon, reveal Nemesis Corridor, drop it, shuffle back, make Colossus with whatever the hell else they were doing. I mean, it just, oh god, that would have been horrifyingly powerful. So, Striker is pretty much entirely dead, at least until we see what all the new support can bring with it, but even then, I don't hold high hopes for the deck. Orchist lost Harpor. So, until further notice, Orchist is canceled. Friendship ended with Orchist. Literally anything else is now my best friend. I don't foresee how, until they acquire their new level 4, the deck can really do anything consistently. It still has the ability to perform certain combos with extenders, but it's no longer normal summon Armageddon Knight, normal summon Scrap Recycler, whatever. They can't just go Mathematician Orchis combo. It doesn't work like that anymore because they don't have Harpor to put another body on board. My friend, Charles, brought up the idea of going Arma, Send, Nightmare, Nightmare, Send, Wand, Wand, Revive, Nightmare, still makes Galatea. And while that's true, it does still make Galatea. Galatea can then set the counter trap and that's it. So that's one summon for one negate. Not scary. Fair. Entirely fair. I do believe that that is not a problem. And that's just it. It's not a problem. The only thing I see the deck possibly doing to adapt is maxing out on Bombards and Dangers and just hoping to yeet things into the grave and draw into other pieces to attempt to establish their board presence. So Orchis kind of shot. Pendulums are done. Pendulums are absolutely gone. I love Pendulums. We have one Servant and no Electromite. Deck is dead. Beyond dead. It's like they shot it, dug it back up, and shot it again. The deck will not do anything without because the whole reason why Electromite was good is it gave you the consistency to see the piece that you needed for your combo. So the reason Pendulums worked is you just played whatever mishmash of Pendulums you wanted, as long as you could center your entire combo around resolving one or two very specific cards that were highly searchable. And because Electromite fetched any of them, that meant that you could search your entire deck for any of them. So without Electromite, that's just it. That you may see some variants that do some interesting things, perhaps, but Pendulums don't have any recursion, any staying power. Everyone complains about how broken the mechanic is, but the thing is, the mechanic is not good anymore. Especially not moving into the new Master Rule, because you very rarely would end up leaving yourself with a board of any sort. So even now, if they change things and move into doing something to making Appaloosa and the like, they don't have the ability to put bodies on board outside of their Pendulum Summon. And with Link Arrows severely hindering the Pendulum Summon's initial power, it's just no good. Pendulum's gotten me my invite 3 years running. Until further notice, putting the deck on the shelf. Can't really think of anything else that got banned that I care about. I mean, oh yes, Miko. Yeah, she had to go. She had to go. She was FTK's on her own. Just normal summon Oviraptor, you're dead. That you could use her to dig out, oh my god, the most terrifying thing. There was a Black Garden FTK that also summoned Borreload Savage Dragon and Echuria Exterio. So, if you lived, you didn't get to play. Regardless. what else got banned? I mean, it's not screaming at me from the top of my lungs, so I'm not too concerned about it. Diagram went to 1. My heart weeps for the True Draco players. Not. No. Nobody likes them. Nobody likes that deck. It's just the worst thing. Everyone hates Draco. Oh my god, it finally needed to die. I cry a little bit inside because it also hurts some dinos, but that's fair. However, they gave us back Litho. So for the entirety of this format, you have to be aware that dinosaurs exist again. Especially moving into the new format where you don't have to use link monsters. That means Diagram plus Oviraptor is once again a 2-card combo into Lithogasm, and a rank 4. So that's, you can't sleep on dinosaurs, even if they're way more inconsistent than they ever were before, having only 1 diagram and 1 terraforming as opposed to the 3 of each that they'd had in the past, and only 1 litho, so the chance of them drawing any of them is vastly lower. It's still there. It's going to come out of nowhere and just blow you out of the water because you're going to get your extra deck ripped and they're going to look at you behind their VFD. They go VFD Dweller and pass, and you just aren't allowed to play the game. That's just how it works. Hang on. Carta Demise went to 1. That is huge. With Carta Demise at 1, Diagram at 1, Draco is... they are struggling. I mean, perhaps they could play Into the Void? I mean, there's... that deck is still not dead, but it is nowhere near the threat it used to be. Its consistency is decimated. And they lack any real combo power outside of it, so don't expect it to do much, at least not initially in the format. Diva went to 2, which is nice, because the only reason that moved is because of the upcoming support in the format. God, what else went to 1? Oh, I just remembered what else got banned. Salad Stuff got banned, so that's dead, because apparently no one can play the deck without Mirage Stalio. I wouldn't necessarily call it unfortunate. Colossus is banned. I said that already. I'm really excited about that card being gone. You have no idea. That card was the only thing that held back a lot of decks for me because it stopped searching. It just shut off an entire mechanic. I feel that a large number of negates is fine. The ability to stop an entire mechanic is not. It's... so people said Striker was fair because you could get to play cards. Okay, fine. I don't agree that Striker was fair, because if it was fair, it wouldn't have 1,000,002 cards on the ban list. But you did get to try and play. Against Thunder Dragon, there was a lot of decks and strategies that they just look at one purple boy and go, Game 2. They can't out it. It's a self-protecting floodgate that generates advantage by protecting itself. That's just not healthy in any regard. So the fact that that guy is gone is huge. The entirety of the Solemn Brigade is entirely unlimited. So people are going to play Counter Fairies. How many? I don't know. But someone's going to try it. People that wouldn't have played the deck before are going to pick it up. You're going to have to remember that your opponent could set triple warning, double judgment. And you just have to deal with that. That's a thing that can happen now. So, overall, I think the list was healthy. I'm really, like, I hurt a lot over the fact that they banned Electromite, because there's so many things that they could have done to Pendulums to make them fair if they wanted to. There were so many individual pieces of the overall machine that made it powerful. Servant was one of them. However, hitting Servant and Electromite on the same list kind of feels like kicking someone in the ribs after you've cut off their head. A bit extra, because now you can't even play pure Endymion with near the degree of success. So, Ib, the World Chalice Justicar, Engage, Electromite, Colossus, Harpor, all the big decks. Danger Thunder doesn't work anymore. Entirely relied around Colossus to make their rank 8s and to generate Colossus itself. It might still survive as just a Link spam deck in some regard, but I doubt it. Orchist, I'm going to put them down for the count. Pendulum's absolutely dead. True Draco, I feel like until every single card in that archetype is banned, it's always going to rear its ugly head. But we're safe for now. Dinos, they're coming back in a big and terrifying way, because they've got new support coming out with that little crocodile, and it's going to do some things. I will try and have a list up by the end of tomorrow. Dinosaurs are going to be a problem. Altergeist were untouched. Altergeist are even better than before. Altergeist and Guru, because Red Reboot went to 1. I understand why, because if you as a combo player opened up a Red Reboot and you're going up against a trap deck, you just go, no, I win. It's just an I win button. So, yeah, I get why it went to 1, but I feel like if they were going to touch it all, it should have been outright banned, because now it's just, oh, he sacked me with Reboot, he just got it, and it's going to be even more infuriating than it would have been at 3 for people to get hit by it. Dad's finally back to 3, because remember, 1 dad is normal, 2 dads is gay, 3 dads is a barbecue, so it's barbecue time. Barbecue time at Konami. Solemn went to 3. Book of Moon is finally back to 3. Mind Control went down to 2. I don't even remember what else moved. Overall, I think the list was good. I think that we're going to move into a healthy format, and if they didn't do all of these hits and changes, it would have been terrifying and stale at the same time. However, Mech Knights were not addressed. Remember that having blue, a settable card, and the normal summon Mech Knight monster, the Mech Knight Orcus monster, is an entire hand and extra deck rip if you don't have a response. And while that sounds like, oh, those are some seriously out there conditions, that it's worse than an FTK, because it's just, well, I mean, I guess it is just, it's an FTK. It's just a legal FTK. All they had to do was ban the field spell. But, yeah, expect to see that running around. Also, heroes are probably going to be pretty big, especially with Liquid and Sunriser, because they can push through a lot of interruption and just kill you out of nowhere. The amount of damage they can accumulate is insane. And if they go first, they can set up Skill Drain, Macrocosmo, Trident. So, be careful. Regardless, I think that's pretty much all I have to say on the ban list. Yes, there are other cards that I didn't talk about. They didn't really strike me as near important as the ones I mentioned to begin with. So, tell me how wrong I am in the comments, and check back later for more. Peace.